Not long ago, deep in the Appalachian wilds, a group of drunken misfits joined forces to play Dungeons and Dragons. Inspired by boredom, equipped with loose morals and a questionable understanding of the rules, our heroes venture forth to explore strange new lands. So, gather up your dice, your manuals, and your livers, and join us on a quest to make absolute fools of ourselves. This is Botched, a D&D podcast.
Previously on Botched.
So we decided to split the parties, and Dynamite Jackson and Bradley Chamberlain went out and did the pillar that we forgot, and then me and Milton went out and did pillar 2, kind of, but we didn't get to it yet. And now I've got tentacles all over me because I got glooped on, and old Milton tried to use the God gun to get rid of the problem, which was Shevnagroth. She glooped on me, and I got glooped on, and her milk went everywhere. And then I tried to heal it, and it didn't work.
Welcome back, listeners, to the 54th episode of our 4th season. Thanks so much for tuning in again. We are going to start where we left off last time, as the party is still split. I figure we'll start where we exactly left off last time, as the audience is probably in crazy amounts of suspense to see what happens to Tedward. As you've held out your arm and your legs as Milton has fired the God gun towards Shevnagroth. Now, fortunately, he rolled a crit 20. So the light gathers at the end of the gun, just and then tears off down the street, just obliterating everything in the way. It perfectly sears off the tentacles right at the skin without actually harming your skin. It does take the hair off your arms and legs.
Oh, it's okay. I shave.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay. It hits Shevnagroth in the 2 of her many front legs, and sort of like carries her, like leg sweeps her. It doesn't look like it blows her legs off. Just looks like it sort of moves her out of the way, and she flies through like 3 or 4 buildings. They're collapsing. There's a lot of dust and shit going all over the place, and then Milton passes out.
I'm going to pick him up.
Okay.
Then carry him to the pillar.
Okay. I guess you're not worried about your arms and legs at all?
I look at him.
Okay.
What do they look like?
I mean, you have 2, like, wherever there were tentacles, there's just holes now, like burnt, singed holes.
Okay.
Oh, I hate that.
There's not that many holes.
Okay, but I still don't like it.
It's only a few.
I mean, any amount of holes is not a good amount of holes.
I mean,
Unless they were there to begin with.
oh, okay. Well, we don't know how kids work.
He probably doesn't have arm sphincters. Or didn't start off with them.
That's fair. So yeah, so you just have like singed ends of tentacles. They're like, you can feel them like pulsating a bit, but they're not like growing back out immediately or anything like that.
That's fine.
So, and you know how when you're sitting on the toilet for too long and your legs fall asleep? That's how your legs feel.
Every morning.
And you get hernias, yeah.
Yeah, you have 3 hernias from tentacles.
Is that why there's blood in my poo?
Yeah, sure. That's why.
That's all the sweet tea. You don't eat well.
Sweet tea rectal cancer. Yeah, so you're running all the way back to where he is because he wasn't that close to you.
No, I gotta go back and get him.
Okay, and you pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking the God gun too? Or?
Yep.
Okay.
We can't leave any more magical items sitting around, not during this apocalypse.
So you're just trying to hoof it to the next pillar?
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty far, so roll me an athletics check.
15 plus 3 is 18.
Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. Because T-Word and Milty had turned into a monster within your car, they also got obliterated. So that car's
Oh
not there
no,
anymore
Milty.
Yeah, sure. Oh, for you two that don't know, Tristan made T replicas of the 2 of them. Milty and T-Word.
Oh, good.
We didn't need to know that.
I just want you to know.
Those are the best names we could come up with.
They were pretty good names.
I came off the top of my head right away. They pretty much killed it.
Yeah. So you're just booking it. What'd you get for athletics?
18.
18. Okay, so you're actually running at a pretty good speed, even though you get like this really weird tingling sensation in your legs that just keeps like slowly creeping its way northward.
So where does it feel like right now?
It's about your kneecaps.
I'm gonna.
But you can see the pillar in the distance.
I'm gonna have to take my legs, ain't I?
I'm not telling you.
It's going to take
Your
over
arm
my-
also feels a little tingly. It's at the elbow. Slowly working. It's the tingle.
You need an antifungal.
True. So you're going to guess the pillar is approximately about 300-400 feet away at this point. The street is completely filled with like mobsters, cultists, monsters, all that sort of thing. Like it's all over the place. So nobody's paying any attention to you.
Yeah, but I need a doctor.
Well, one's on your shoulder, sleeping. You can try and wake him up.
I'm going to try to wake him up.
Okay. Oh, you have 3 levels of exhaustion, by the way. Milton.
What do you want for a wake check?
Oh,
Medicine?
Mr. Corby. Good to see you here.
I'm Dr. Corby now. Medicine is a
Got any of
21.
that clean pizza?
So,
Cheesy bread.
you stick your finger in a hole, and all of a sudden he wakes up. Huh?
Huh? Oh, I was having the most wonderful dream. What is it, Tedwood?
You're in a war zone right now, Milton. He's carrying you through a war zone.
Ah, you're doing a great job. Your shoulder is so soft.
Why does he sound different?
He's sleepy. That's
I'm a
sleepy,
very
Milton.
tired man. A voice that I can't hear. What do you want?
Are you a wartime doctor?
You know it.
I need you to amputate my legs and take my arm, please.
I mean, if you insist,
As he's taking out his...
He's already got
He's
it
got
out.
his kid out.
He's been drawing the lines around your arms while you've been talking. Well, I mean, I guess if I got
we should probably find some cover.
Well, I think that if I take any more time, this disease that's inside of me is going to take over my whole bodies.
All right. Voice and head. What should I roll?
If you're trying to saw off limb, are you putting him down? Like how?
No,
where,
we're having
where are
this
you doing that?
conversation.
I
on
was
our
gonna
shoulders.
hopefully let him live, but
But I mean, like, where is the surgery taking place?
Am I going to be able to get to the pillar before this thing starts creeping anymore?
Well, I mean, intelligence.
yeah, because we could use your blood that I'm making coming at you.
Intelligence, so 13.
You're pretty sure that you will make it to the pillar before your entire body is infected.
So I don't know. That's not what I asked.
What?
Right now it's at my knees and at my elbow.
Uh-huh.
Is it going to continue to stay there by the time I get to the pillar?
I mean, as you're having this thought, that tingly sensation's just slowly
You
creeping
gotta
its
take
way
it
up.
off now. We
So,
can't wait
alright.
any longer.
Well,
And then you'll have to carry me.
no time like the present.
You can hop. You got one good leg.
Gonna morphine him
I
up.
thought it was 2 legs.
Oh, that's right. You got one arm. You can hop on an arm.
You were gonna be so useless.
You got a Thor hammer.
I'm pretty sure I'm
Pogo
going to
stick.
use Billy the robot and take his legs and arms.
He's not here right now.
I
You don't
know.
even know if he's alive.
Hey, John, when it cuts back to us, if something like this happens, don't take my limbs. Just let me turn.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. Yeah,
I don't want to roll a new character with 2 episodes left.
I would prefer to be useless eventually than useless.
Now.
Yeah, like,
But you're already useless now.
what are you talking about? We're fighting demons.
We already got more pillars than you.
That- you don't know that.
We're
You
going to
don't
get
know
our
that.
second pillar. We're
No.
gonna beat you. We're gonna save the world, and you guys are just gonna die.
I'll be fine. What'd you roll?
So you putting him like where are you doing surgery? Just right in the
On
street.
top of a car, the nearest
Sure.
hood of a car.
Okay, fine.
It's very sterile too. It's a
Yeah,
sterile car.
yeah. There's a body on it. You just has to push it out of the way.
Yep. There
Fine.
you go.
All right, roll me a medicine to chop off limbs.
Now, is this one of the things that I have disadvantage on?
Hey, you
Yeah.
know what? You would. You do have disadvantage.
Thanks for saying that, Milton, and not just thinking it.
Well, I've got.
Some things are better just thought and not said.
He's an honest man.
I have a book of thoughts.
He's got a 0 deception.
It does have
Yeah,
a look
I
of
hate
thought.
you.
You get a book of thoughts? Is that like a binder full of women?
I mean, there's kind of the same thing.
I am proficient in medicine.
Are you answering his question?
I got a 17.
Okay, so you do. So you have a bone saw in your bag, and you get out.
Naturally.
Tedward,
Mm-hmm.
are you gonna like bite down on something?
Yeah, I'm going-
I
bite
said I
down.
gave him some morphine.
Oh, some morphine. Okay.
Yeah, and I got this fresh Corbis that I can
Okay.
box that I can chomp on.
So he uses the bone saw. He just starts cutting right through the limbs. There's a lot of blood all over the place, even with the morphine, because it's not like he waited that long. It hurts a lot. But at least he was smart enough to cut above the infection as opposed to right at or below it.
Now, I am
So-
a doctor.
Yeah, so you're cutting through, and as you're cutting the limbs off, like the moment the bone saw gets through it, like little like tentacles start popping out of the limbs, you just sort of toss it off to the side, like, nope. So you get through all 3 limbs. Tedward, I need you to roll me a Constitution check with disadvantage.
First roll.
It's just 3 limbs? I thought it was 4.
Nope.
3.
There was 3.
But you can cut off 4 if you want. Uniformity.
Constitution? That's what you said?
Yeah.
I got 15.
You pass out
That's fine.
from the amount of pain, shock, and blood loss.
Do I poop? I crit 20. Mark it down. I got a very tight, cute little butt. And I get my point.
Yes, you have a luck point.
Now, voice and head.
Yeah?
I've got such skills as healing 3 times a day, life linking 2 creatures, reviving touch, and severed limb reattachment.
Yeah, you can put those limbs back.
I mean, I could, but could I attach different limbs to him?
You have to boil the old limbs
Maybe.
before you put them back on.
So I'll tell you what, you can roll a perception check to see if you can spot somebody who has limbs.
Well,
You
I was
just pushed
thinking
the
I could
corpse
just
off the
create
car.
some live limbs.
But maybe
for
they're
him.
not the best sized limbs for you, so you got like this real janky walk to you. I don't know.
Nah, I was
Did you
thinking
make
with
him
my
sweet tea parts?
exactly.
No, those don't stay around too long.
No, I'm gonna create some life.
Do you need these things, or can you tentacle?
Technically,
probably
you can
needs
grow
limbs.
tentacles.
You could just use tentacles as your limbs, right? Or can you only do that a few times a day?
No, I can summon those 2 tentacles whenever I want.
Yeah. So you'd have 3 limbs.
You could have 2 tentacle legs,
Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
and then
Well, before
just
he bleeds out,
attach,
I'd like to
I don't know, a gun,
create some
a gun to your arm.
living quote unquote limbs
Okay.
that will function, I guess, in some kind of.
So like you
capacity.
can't create limbs, you can create life, and then I suppose you
All
can
right.
try and attach
Yeah.
the life to him.
I'm gonna create a brain dead clone of my good friend here on the hood of this car, and then I'll use that to take those limbs and attach them to him.
Okay, so first we'll roll your skill in that. So disadvantage.
My skill in medicine.
No, this isn't medicine to create life.
Okay, I'm a disadvantage on that too.
Oh yeah. You're a
All right, I got a 6. Because that's just a straight roll, right?
Yeah, it's just a straight roll. You make like a. Have you ever seen Pan's Labyrinth? That little ginger root baby thing. Kind of looks
Yes.
like that. The same size too, so it's totally not the right size at all. But you make it, and it's just screaming.
Well, take its limbs,
But it exists. Sure, yeah. You take its limbs. It's very easy.
and then
to
I
just cut
toss
right
it into
through.
the street.
I need you also to roll me a con save with
Me?
disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, don't you remember that every time you
You
do
keep
this,
making life.
it's not good for you?
How's a botch?
Not great.
Well, I get lucky points. I'm going to use one of those.
All right, hold on. Still get to knock it down.
Do get to mark it down. So,
You
using
do-
one of my 3 lucky points for today,
All right.
I'll take a 6 instead.
Okay, so you start coughing a lot of blood. It's coming out of your eyes, ears, mouth, nose, asshole, everywhere. And
That's
you're
not good. I should
going
probably stop creating life.
to take 16 damage. As yeah, you're internally very wounded to make this little teeny tiny mandrake root.
Little
Basically like-
mandrake
little mandrake.
copy of Tedsworth.
Mm-hmm. But it does have a cute butt, so that's like the one thing it got.
Now it's all it's got.
That's all it's got. So you take the little limbs off of it.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps on screaming for a while. I mean, you could eat it. I suppose it's made of sweet tea, but
Oh, you
I'll
threw it on
eat
the
it later.
ground.
huh?
He threw it on the ground.
Oh, did you?
5-second rule. Has it been a whole round?
Not yet.
Now I got to reattach those. Now there's no roll or anything for it. Just says I can do it.
Yeah, you attach those limbs.
There, you
And
don't
now I'm
want-
going to cast heal to seal them on.
Sure, yeah. Got little nubs.
What? Don't I have any say in this?
You got little,
You're passed out.
little strong things.
You don't know what's going on.
I could try to wake up.
The problem is, so the area so I'll say this. So Tedward's wounds are about 4 inches in diameter. Little Mandrake's limbs are about 1 inch in diameter.
You're a thick child.
So 4 inches. That's about 4 inches, right? Diameter. It's not that
What's
big for a
diameter?
leg.
You're right.
Line the whole way through.
Through as opposed to circumference. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So
How old are you?
10.
So he's still bleeding all over the place around the area where you attach the limb.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically fixed the area just where the mandrake root attached, but not the rest of the leg, because his leg's way bigger than the mandrake root for all 3 limbs. Now you could do a heal and then probably seal it off that way.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Go ahead and take 10 hit points back.
We're gonna call that an
The heal?
even, because you cut off 3 limbs, so that's probably about at least 10 hit points. So
Maybe more.
yeah. So Tedward, if you want to wake up, you can roll con.
18.
All right, you do. You wake up. You feel funny. You feel as though you have limbs, but you don't see them, but you can feel them.
I got phantom limbs.
Well, so if you look, you can see your knees, but then there's just like the teeniest, tiniest little nub sticking out the end of it, and then
Okay.
your elbow also has a tiny little hand.
He only did the legs, right?
The leg's in the one hand.
Yeah, I thought you did. Yeah, so you have like a tiny baby hand sticking out of your elbow.
Okay, and I put it in my mouth and I drink it.
You just suck it out?
Yep.
Okay. So you got your elbow no longer has a little baby hand.
Great. That's fine. And
But
I
you still got little baby feet.
that's great.
Baby legs.
Baby legs.
I'm like Deadpool and Deadpool 2.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna summon my tentacles out
Sure.
of my hips,
Uh-huh.
and they're gonna plant themselves on the ground. So I'm gonna start running towards that pillar.
Okay. I'm going to say that they're probably not the best for that purpose.
They are. They're part of me.
Yeah, they can
No,
like kind
I-
of windmill around instead of having to locomote. They're even more efficient.
Well, you know what? We'll roll for it. Roll me athletics.
Sure. 20.
Yeah,
Two,
it is.
20,
You're
23.
somehow like
23.
You're windmilling your way through this. It's real awkward. You're just kind of flopping
I
around.
probably just look like a monster to everyone
Yeah.
else.
Milton over here can only move half speed because he's very groggy from firing the god guns. So he's going to be way behind you. But I'm going to say that you do manage to get all the way to the pillar.
Great.
What
I
are you doing?
bleed on it.
Okay. So when you cut your finger and you bleed on it, like this faint red light starts to go up the pillar and then to the tip. And then you notice this beam sort of hits you in the chest, and you get this like nice, warm, tingly
I wonder if that could have
sensation.
healed my
It starts
infection.
to go around your whole body until your whole body, even the little baby limbs on the bottom, are covered in this red light. And it's just sort of tethered to the pillar. So wherever you go, the little light follows you.
Okay.
And then you notice the pillar also goes pew! And shoots a beam through you, through the buildings, back towards where the dock was. So there's a chance that they activated the first pillar already.
Okay.
So that's where you currently are, and we will cut from that spot and switch over to the other guys. The other 2 guys are
Making our way downtown.
yeah, pretty much. You're traveling across a broken radio tower as a big, giant, fat, hairy toad is chasing you.
Yeah.
He's about 20 feet tall.
Okay. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
We got this.
The radio tower stretches over the path that Cthulhu sort of fell through in the city, and the radio tower goes over that a bit, but doesn't go the entire way. There's probably still about a 15-foot gap, but you guys have all kinds of tricks and things to fly and whatnot. But yep, so that's where we are. So what are you guys doing?
Move through stone.
You're on.
Got it.
You're on metal.
Moving through stone doesn't help me fly.
Metal. Metal.
That's fine. I got a whip.
You got a whip?
It attaches to shit.
All right, go for it.
Whip that whip.
To what?
Oh, something on the other side.
So like the tower is sort of like at a 45-degree angle going upwards,
Mm-hmm.
and the other side is down. So there's not really anything above you to like attach to swing over. It's sort of like a drop.
15 feet out or 15 feet to
15 feet out and then about 20-ish feet down. So a little bit of a gap.
Maybe we can just jump it.
Yeah. We can attempt to jump it.
Okay, roll athletics. You haven't seen Billy in a while
Yeah, well, whatever.
because he crashed after the octopus
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
incident.
cool. Yeah, whatever.
Somewhere.
He'll make his way
he's in
back
the
to
general
us.
direction in which where you guys are going.
Yeah, maybe we'll find him.
Yeah, maybe.
Covered in blood.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Body parts.
Ink.
sure.
Bones.
17.
17 you do. Yeah, you make that jump.
I run and I jump and I got a 10. But I activate my bug pack.
Good
and
call.
Just glide the way down.
Yeah, so you could tell when you jump that you definitely don't do nearly as well
Oh shit!
as Montana, but then you're like, oh, that's right, I got bug wings, and then just,
Should just use my bug'em.
and then you just zip across the other side. So you both land on the ledge of the other side. Sathogawa is waddling his fat ass over that radio tower, which is now kind of bending down. It might level out with where you guys are. It may go all the way past you and break. You're not sure, but he is making his way hungrily towards you as his big spiny tongue is flopping all over the place and saliva's running all down his chins and his titties.
Flopping.
Yeah. The third pillar, which is where you guys were going originally, off to the left. The right takes you back towards where pillar number 2 was. The way you guys came from originally.
So let's just keep moving.
Let's keep going.
And if you go to the left, that is where the majority of the Cthulhu-Haster fight is currently taking place. Cthulhu is now more or less winning that fight, but there's a lot of devastation going on.
That's fine. Let's keep going. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who bled on the pillar last time? Was it Montana?
I think it was you.
It was me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have that red light that's just streaming behind you, yeah. So everything will always be able to find you.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sure. So yeah.
We're gonna save the world.
You are gonna save the world,
Whereas
buddy.
my brother, cousin, and our toddler friend are just gonna be exhausted and have baby legs.
Maybe. It's possible.
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know anything about
I have
baby
no
legs.
idea.
I don't know nothing about baby legs.
They're probably up by the 4th pillar already, man.
Sure. So yeah. So
You know how good they do as a team? World didn't reset twice or anything because those fucking idiots.
So
Pink light surrounds the sky. Son of a bitch!
you're just heading left then.
Yeah, we're going.
Yep.
All right.
We're doing this.
You notice that Sathogawa starts to sprout additional appendages.
Okay.
They look like
Kind of appendages.
they almost look like cricket legs.
Oh, that's not good.
And then he starts to like bound as opposed to just
Okay,
Waddle
I'm
running.
gonna turn around, and
Okay.
I'm gonna do a called shot to try and railgun through one side of his legs.
okay.
So -2.
And I'm going to keep on running.
It gets like plus 18. So
It's plus 14 with a -2, so a 26.
it's gonna hit.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's good. I'm just trying to slow him down a little, you know, like give us a little breathing room. We don't need to be stressing.
No.
It's just the end of the
We're
world.
just trying
like,
to save the world.
We've literally done this so many times now.
Yes.
It worked out a lot better the last time.
Okay, max
It
damage,
did.
min damage, and mid damage. That's good.
Full spread.
24 damage.
So yeah. So you fire off the railgun. It just cuts a fairly small hole through both of his new cricket legs, basically.
I just need him to be weakened.
Yeah, so he's not bounding quite as well as he was before. He's still moving faster than he did originally when he was chasing after you guys. But when you do that, it sort of causes him to stumble over, and he just like falls on one of his hips, to which then like spider legs start to pop out,
Oh, that's...
and now they're all just starting to like
Oh, he's evolving.
chitter.
Ugh.
So
Hate it.
basically,
You
it's
got
still
anything?
his fat, furry toad body, but with spider legs, cricket legs, and fat little toad legs below it,
I got a 6-shooter, a whip, a sombrero, and a poncho, and that's it.
and a shit
Okay.
stash.
All right.
And
How
some
far
cowboy
away
boots.
are we from this pillar?
You're far. You just activated the last pillar.
Okay.
So you're probably just like hiking. You're probably about 20 minutes.
So it's probably going to catch us before that.
And
Yeah.
your path goes right through the middle of the battle zone. So
Well, maybe we can lose him in the battle.
he's got a big red light that's following him around.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just need to get close enough to the battle to see the other side, and then I can take us.
Yeah. Not a bad plan.
Do you know how to hotwire a car?
Yeah.
Are there cars? Perception. I need to... is there anything that's not smashed?
In your immediate vicinity, it's
Yeah, I see.
mostly rubble.
If it's there, I see it.
So in your immediate vicinity, no.
Smart car?
Because you're too close.
That's not the right
Not
word.
yet. Too close to that crater that Cthulhu made. Everything's busted. You'd have to go in a ways where you get to a street where there's not a bunch of fucked up cars. That's the Toko is. Just
How far away can I see?
You can see pretty much all the way to where Cthulhu and Hastur are fighting. That's about 1,000 feet away.
He's bloop there.
I can bloop us. So I can bloop us up to
around
a mile.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say you see where they're fighting, I mean the edge of your sight line
That's where the
is
vision-
right at their
yeah,
feet. So
yeah.
yeah.
And that's the exact direction we need to go for the pillar.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we need to get away from Sithagwa. We need to get away. We need to get away through the fight.
What if we climb to the top of a building?
Do we have the time?
I mean, it's going to take us half an hour to walk there.
That's true.
Then we might be able to see where we need to go.
Yeah. All right.
It's less than a mile away.
Yeah.
And Tsithagwa's going to have a hard time climbing up all those narrow staircases.
He's not even gonna try. He's gonna go on the outside.
Well, yeah.
Get us from the what are you talking? He's not.
Yeah,
using
but the
stairs
staircases are in the middle of the building. It'll take him an extra half second to get there.
and figure out where in the building we are,
Yeah.
because he can't see through
You can't see the red
walls.
light.
He probably can see through. He can probably see through walls. He's an eldritch being,
Yeah.
eternal hoarder. Horner?
Hoarder.
Sure,
Hoarder.
yeah.
Hoarder.
Why not?
He's an
He's a
eternal
hoarder.
hoarder.
He's a hoarder. He hoards.
That's where he's getting all these legs from.
You gonna use those buttons? I could collect those buttons.
I got a cabinet full of loose wires.
So I think, like, basically, we need to get some distance between us and old Froggy Tits over here. But
I can't move us any faster.
I don't want to burn through my teleports right now. Like, I've
Yeah.
got 2 of my regular 200 footers, and I've got my 2 1 miles.
I got nothing. I could walk through a building.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's about it.
You could get his attention, and then just walk through a building and walk all the way through the
Yeah.
other side, and he's just like tearing that building apart.
You know, if I had that blade left,
Oh yeah, I mean,
I could probably just kill it by myself. But, you know, here we are.
yeah, just a little taint poke.
Yeah.
Well, so where are we? We gotta.
I mean, you're just next to a big crater
Next to a big
with a
crater.
giant froggy spider leg monster.
How long until it gets to us?
Do an intelligence check.
Yeah,
We could try and go in the tunnels again.
We could try that.
Yeah, there's nothing bad in there.
No.
16.
You're gonna guess that based on your speed, if you're running at full speed, and he's running at full speed, he'll catch you in probably about 3 or 4 rounds, unless something else happens. Like he
Are
grows.
there any buildings nearby?
lots of busted buildings.
Anything standing?
Probably 4 buildings in is where you'll get to like where actual buildings are up and about.
Well, I mean, we can do the building thing.
We can try that.
Yeah, we're gonna go find ourselves. We're gonna run our asses over to a building. Athletics. All
I was
right.
gonna say, yeah, if you want to move faster
Very.
than normal.
Yes, I do.
Vigorously.
16.
Yeah, you're
18.
running. You're both at a pretty good running pace. So, yeah, you're definitely better than you normally are as you are hoofing it to a building. The closest building that you can see. Oh, I'll be nice. I won't roll a d4.
D12. Fuck.
Okay. The closest building is a 6-story building.
I think it needs to be taller than that.
Probably a little
I mean,
taller.
that's the closest.
All right, we're gonna keep going.
Okay, roll me another athletics.
I got 16 again. Yes.
Got a 17.
So you're both still good pace. If you glance over your shoulder, you notice that old
do.
spider legs, frog legs,
Frog tits. Yeah.
he hasn't grown wings. He's just grown other very large appendages that have grown out of his back. Like bigger, like 4 big spider legs that are also helping to like move around.
I mean, I can't shoot all those legs.
You don't have to hit them all.
I mean, but he's got so many.
I know.
Even if I take out one, like, oh no.
All right. There's an 8-story building coming up. That's the closest that you see that's bigger than the one you just saw.
Are there any other bigger buildings past this one?
Past it. I mean, a good ways.
How far is a good
And
ways?
how big of a building are you looking for?
A building that's tall enough where I think we might be able to see where we need to get to. Where
All the way
pillar's
to where
at.
you're going to?
Or at least close enough.
Our goal is to get on top of this thing, see through the fight.
There's a 12-story building a little bit further away.
Well, let's try that one.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take another pot shot over at Frog
Okay.
Tits.
Sure.
Called shot at his legums.
Which ones? He's got a lot of them now.
All the ones on one side.
I got a 21.
Okay. Hits.
So, a large assortment of legumes.
Sure. Roll me a percentage.
76.
You managed to clip 4 of his leggings as they sort of just aligned perfectly. You just turn around and fire off a shot.
For 20 damage.
Yeah. So it slows him a very, very small amount.
Every little bit
Every
fucking
little
helps
bit
at
counts.
this point.
Yeah, sure. So when you do that, you shoot his leggings, you notice that his head drops down and like his body sort of just becomes a big head with teeth and a tongue that has like little graspy bits on it. So he's mostly a head with legs all over the place, and he's just all over the streets.
Does he have
and
eyes?
Yeah, he's got his big giant toad eyes, and then little ones around it all over the place, but mostly toad.
Good.
And like the way he's running, it's not like a straight line. He's sort of up along the wall.
It's just going
Monsters
all-
Inc.
yeah.
When that spider was running, he's all over the walls and shit.
Yeah.
The same thing. He's
Okay.
all over the place. You can tell
Okay.
he's not really used to this
His limbs.
this limb type yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say you'll get to the bottom of that building probably 3 rounds before he would.
That's good. You
Okay.
need that time.
So you got 3 rounds to do whatever it is you're doing in a 12-story building.
All right. Well, this round I'm running
Okay.
with a 17.
Just upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're booking it
Fast as we
upstairs.
can go.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're going as fast as we can to the roof.
Okay. Sure.
I got 18.
Say you guys are pretty much neck to neck the whole way. You're going.
We're running on adrenaline right now.
Yeah.
Hey man, this is crazier than the Indianapolis 500.
I'm gonna say you get 4 stories in that one round. That's how fast you're going. So you're booking it pretty hard. Roll me another athletics check.
I'm gonna need a nap later.
Yeah, I've seen crazier shit than this.
A 4.
Not great.
A 12.
Oh God!
You're both getting kind of tired, and you only get 1 story after that. So you're on the 5th out of 12. You get 1 more roll before.
Why does this story have stairs that are significantly taller? 15.
I got 3.
You get another 3 stories. So you're at 8 stories, Bradley.
Mhm.
But I saw Tommy Salami. I almost said that. Montana Jackson, you don't even get past that floor that you're on. You're still on 5. As you feel and hear a noise, like it sounds like something just hit the side of the building and is starting to move around the outside
Yum.
pretty quickly. So,
Oh Lord, he coming.
yeah, you probably also noticed that too. It's
Yeah.
pretty hard to miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, your red light is still sticking, like it's just going straight through the wall.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can probably follow
It's
that.
fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Suck it.
So what are you doing?
Running.
Okay, more athletics.
Come on, Montana. Dynamite can't do this alone.
Got an 18 that time.
That's better.
16.
a little bit better.
Okay. I'm going to say that you managed to get to the top of the building, Bradley. Like you just burst through the door at the top of the stairs. Montana Jackson, I'm going to say you're at about floor 9.
Okay.
You can hear the Sothogawa outside. It's passing where you are on the wall as it's
Excellent.
climbing the building. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Bradley?
Hey.
What do you do? You can hear it's very close.
Yeah.
Very close.
So I'm gonna turn in the direction I need to go.
Big giant battle.
So, can I see past it?
Roll me a perception check.
All right. Come on, eyeballs. How is a 19?
You can see the water past where you need to go, but you can't see like the area itself. So as you are you're trying to see through the dust, you can't see exactly where the pillar is. You can see past the pillar, and you can see pretty much right where you were last time, or some buildings that are in the vicinity of where Cthulhu and Hastur are. And as you see that, we're going to take a break. Hello, listeners. This is Dennis, the world's most okayest DM, here to talk to you about patreon.com/botchpodcast. You can find levels ranging all the way from $1 all the way up to $50. Our $50 bi-weekly playable game still has 2 slots available. This will probably be the only other bi-weekly game that we run, so if you want in on that, I would get in while the getting's good. Also, the other bi-weekly game we do live on Twitch every other Friday, somewhere around 6 o'clock. That's over at twitch.tv/botchedpodcast. You can also find me doing stuff for Season 5 So if you want to get in on the planning process, head on over to twitch.tv/worldsmostokayestdm. Check that out. I also do cooking shows. You can find Phil over at twitch.tv/imaginary-nomad, Tristan at twitch.tv/chonkydong, and you can find some of us sharing some ideas and whatnot over at twitch.tv/gstumedia. So go check that stuff out. And if you get the time, head over to patreon.com/botchpodcast. Thanks. Dan, we're back. All right. So, yeah. So, that's what you see.
All right.
As there's a monster chasing you very quickly.
Oh.
You can hear bricks and
Hey,
stone falling off.
Dynamite, you better hurry up, brother.
I got a 15 to run up the stairs.
So you're bursting through the top of the onto the roof, the exact same moment that Sathogwa is clearing the top of the roof. So he's basically in melee distance at this point.
I grab Montana and yell, "Time to go, brother!" and bloop us into the water near the pillar.
It's not that close to the pillar. It's past the pillar, but it's in the water. Sure.
Whatever.
Okay.
I wanted to whip him in the face
I mean,
before we left.
go for it.
Sure.
That's fun.
So
I want to knock him off the building. I don't. I miss.
you miss.
Miss by a lot.
All right. So you try and whip, but as it gets to just, and then all of a sudden you're just in water. Like it's all around you. You're not even like just on the top of the water. You're like in the water somewhere. There's lots of noises. It's very startling. You don't know where you are. Yeah, that's where you're currently sitting.
Sweet.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Breaching?
Yeah,
Breaching?
let's go to the top of the water.
Sure.
Let's go to the surface.
You breach the water. It looks like you're about maybe 600 feet away from the shoreline where the pillar is.
Okay.
You could definitely spot the pillar from where you are.
Yeah.
About 600 feet.
Okay.
There are lots of bodies floating in the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you immediately notice.
Okay.
There's probably something else in the water.
What? No.
We could use one of the bodies to disguise our bodies as dead bodies.
Yeah.
I was gonna get on like one or two dead bodies and then
Make a raft?
use the bug pack to just propel myself to shore.
Human
Works
skis?
too.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna just lie down on them.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stand
like,
on them. I don't
boogie
have
boarding?
anything
I thought
to-
you were
not
making
boogie
like a human airboat kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, but I don't really have anything to tie them together. I guess we have your whips, but
Yeah, lots of
do we really have time? Are we in a survival
always time to
on
tie
the
bodies
open
together.
ocean movie? I don't think so. I
No?
think we need to get to this pillar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's grab some dead folks.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make
Collect some
sure they're
bodies.
dead when I grab them.
Sure. Roll perception.
All right. How's a 21?
So you notice the water's very red.
Mm-hmm.
The bodies around you are definitely dead.
Yeah.
However, you notice that every so often,
The thing moves.
no, not a thing moves.
Oh.
Bodies that are floating just go
Just kind of go under. Okay.
like
Yeah.
quickly. Like when fish get food out of the pond. Like it just has that little small vacuum where it just bloop. Yeah, that's what you notice. Closest one of those was about 30 feet away.
Hey,
probably move.
Between you and the pillar.
I got 200-foot teleports, which is not really gonna get us the whole way. So
But it'll make it close.
I mean, I could just burn this one, and I touch him, and I bloop
Okay.
us to the pillar with my mile group
That works
teleport. So I burned
How
those
far
out.
can that go?
1 mile.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're right at the pillar then.
All right, so we don't have to fight the trash compactor monster,
Good.
which was obviously there.
Uh-huh.
I'll bleed on the pillar.
So you bleed on this pillar. The light then attaches from where you were currently and also goes off towards some other direction. You're guessing probably the one that Tedward and Milton went to. And you're filled again with that, oh, it's just so good. But then all of a sudden you start to float. And you get this feeling
Well,
like
get back here.
Like you're being pulled in a direction.
Hey, I'm kind of floaty.
Like the direction of that pillar that they were just at.
I'm gonna try and not go that way. I'm gonna fight it.
Okay. You're weightless at the moment.
Use your levitate to unlevitate.
I grab Montana's hand.
Okay.
Hey,
I use my extra whip.
just kind of like lead me to the next pillar like I'm a balloon. It's fine.
Well, when you grab onto Montana, Montana starts to
Shit.
float too.
Oh, that's not good.
And the both of you, it almost looks like everything starts to stretch out a bit, and then and you just wake up. Not wake up, but you just blink, and you're all of a sudden next to Tedward and Milton at the other pillar. And you both vomit and shit yourself simultaneously.
Well, thank God I wasn't wearing pants.
Holy crap! Hey guys, I see things. Wow! Oh!
I mean, it's not really that bad. I just had to cut my legs off and one of my arms.
Why the hell would you? Never mind.
You know,
Never mind.
things always go well when me and Milton are alone together.
You guys should never be the ones that go off together.
But you keep telling us we have to.
That's because,
It was his idea.
well, we got 2 pillars, including the first one that we forgot.
And we're at a pillow now, right?
You're at number 2, so 1, 2, and 3 are all done.
Oh, great. Yeah, no, we only had time to do 1 pillar and cut my legs and arm off.
I mean,
Yeah, I had
that's
to do
pretty.
some surgery.
It's a pretty lengthy procedure.
Milton looks exhausted.
Yeah, no, it is like he took a little couple lengths off of me, so it's all right. Oh, and Milton shot the God gun again, so he's gonna be tired for the rest of the day.
There's
In
only
fact, I
left.
think I could take a pizza nap right now.
I think you should take a cocaine siesta, which is you just take a nap face first into a pile of cocaine, and it lasts about 8 seconds,
Aroo.
and then
All
you're
right.
ready to go.
Sure, why not? So what is your current plan? So I'll say Montana and Bradley, do a perception check for me.
Now, let's see what's going on around here. I got a 9.
16.
Bradley, you're just too taken aback by Tedward's little baby leg, like baby feet that are attached at the bottom of his.
No, that
And
was
tentacles
me.
coming out his waist.
So, Bradley, you can't see anything other than the little baby feet made of tea that are sticking out of the bottom.
Man, how
of
are you going to be
Tedward.
viable in any form of combat with those little baby shrimp legs and one arm? Didn't you have a shield? What are you going to strap it to? Your
he's
tie?
He's got half an arm. It's at the elbow, a little.
Yeah, the shield
elbow.
goes on the nub.
Yeah,
And
How are you
the-
supposed to, what, are you going to staple it to it? You have to
No, it's-
hold the shield.
No, it goes on your. It's got straps.
It's not a buckler, it's a shield.
Now, Force and Head, couldn't he maybe attach the shield to his little baby feet so he could like rocket jump at things?
yeah, that went great. Yeah, sure.
I'm not
you
gonna do
could
that.
do that. You could ride it around.
I think
like
everybody else needs to worry about themselves and stop worrying about cute little Tedward.
I'm worrying about the fate of the universe.
Montana.
and
You
swamps.
What do I see?
notice that you feel like this. I mean, there's shaking all over the place, but you feel this different kind of shaking in the distance. Feels like it's getting closer. You turn down the street and you look. It's a long street. You notice the ground is moving towards you, almost like
Street shots.
as if it were water. Like something is burrowing through the ground at high velocity towards the group.
Oh, that's that fucking worm again.
Wait, there's a fucking worm?
Yeah, we need to find some wheels and get the fuck out of here.
My
Well,
wheels.
there's that car I performed surgery on back the block.
As you take off towards pillar number 4.
Well, no, I think we need to get a car or something.
Sure, there's cars
Well,
around
I
where you
mean-
are.
If it's on the ground, shouldn't we just take to the air?
Yeah, only some of us can do that.
You also notice
You're
that,
right. I'll get into Thunderbird and get the hell away from you.
that in the middle of a nearby dust cloud, Shub-Nigroth starts to like rise up out of the debris. And, like,
I believe I
rocks are
shot her
falling
to
off.
death, sir.
It doesn't kill old one. It pushed
It killed-
Dagon. It didn't kill Dagon. It pushed him.
It killed somebody before, didn't it?
Yig, right?
Yig.
You don't know that Yig was dead. He just wasn't there anymore after you fired it.
Hmm.
He got pushed to the other side of the world, man.
He's on Mars.
Really got on that light train, man. Just took it for a ride.
That never happened. You can't prove that it did. All right, Yig. God, pushed.
All right, we need a vehicle.
I'm gonna start hot wiring everyone a car.
With your one good hand.
Yeah.
Each of us?
I mean,
Got our
hey,
own
if
cars?
you just tell
I
me
think
what
I'm
to
too
do,
sleepy to.
if you just assist me and tell me what to do,
I already did
I
it.
can do it.
Oh,
I would say if you're using just one hand, you're at disadvantage.
First, what kind of roll is this?
Intelligence?
Okay. So that would have been an 18. And that's a crit 20, so I'll stick with my 18 then.
Okay, fine.
And mark down my crit
Nope,
20.
it doesn't
You marked.
count. It doesn't count. Doesn't count. So you hotwire a car. It's not in the best shape, but it's drivable. It's a car. It's not a truck or anything like that, but it's
Who's gonna drive it? Because I ain't got no legs.
your little
My
baby.
tentacles can pump.
You're gonna need a
I'll
lot
drive
of
it.
phone books.
Anybody?
Yo, get me behind the wheel.
You got driving skills?
You notice that the ground, that wave-like texture or motion to it, it's getting larger and larger, and you're starting to see two piercing eyes from
It's a
underneath
street
it.
shark.
Tedward, you're pretty sure it's Yig. You get that tingle in your taint. It's probably Yig.
All right, someone get the living torso into the back,
I
and
can
let's
get
go.
I can get myself around.
I throw him in the
you.
back seat.
No, you don't.
You can't even climb into this thing.
Is Tedward David Cross from Scary Movie 2?
No,
I could
No,
do it
'cause he's missing
myself.
3 limbs.
I get into back of the car just fine.
Okay, yeah, you're.
I even demonstrate how I can roll the window down.
You're
All right, let's go.
using precious time.
So
Let's go.
So your car pedals off. Yig pops all the way out of the ground and is now slithering his way around the street. He moves way faster than your car on a busy street can go. So it won't be too long before he would catch up to you on a straightaway.
Hey, Dynamite, you want to do something?
Sure.
Here, take this rail gun and shoot the snake. Because I can't give it to one hand. Fucking useless over here. And my brother cousin, I think he's
got it.
strung out or something. This damn New York City done
What
changed
if
him.
he held the shield and you fired the railgun at the shield, but he angled the shield just ever so
What's
slightly?
the point of ricocheting it?
It intensifies.
But it's gonna fuck up and destroy the vehicle.
What? No.
That's
I'm not trying to give you ideas to ruin your day.
It
I'm
is
for this
a
idea.
plus 11 to hit and 3d12 plus your dex mod.
Plus 11. So what? Maybe plus 18 for me?
It's a lot for anybody.
With my proficiency bonus and my 3
Yeah.
dexterity, so it's plus 18.
Sure, why not?
All right. That's a lot of math I gotta do right now. Hold on, that's a 32 to hit.
It's gonna hit him.
And that's what?
Do you want to called shot that to hit him anywhere specific?
You can't do it after the fact.
You got a weakness.
Then re-roll it.
No, it's got to recharge.
We're not in combat.
You are in combat right now.
We didn't roll initiative,
It's pre-combat.
so it's not combat. It's pre-combat.
Pre-combat can't get you pregnant.
Kid
That's-
combat. Kid combat.
Kid combat?
I don't know.
So he's gonna take 25 points of damage.
So you fire it. It looks like it, because Yig's got his mouth open. He's talking though you can't hear what he's saying right now. It just goes through his mouth, and you see the beam shoot out the back of him and keeps going through different segments of him.
Ooh.
Where it just keeps going past. He doesn't seem happy about that. In fact, the snake eyes, they flip like they start to move diagonally, and then they just fill up. It looks like they're just filling up with Kool-Aid. They're just blood red, and his scales start to flutter almost as all these little tendrils look like they're coming out like from behind all of his scales. From where he's currently located, they look like just their tendrils.
Okay.
Yeah, but he looks pissed.
Are they tentacles?
From where you're currently located, they look like tentacles.
Okay.
Look like tentacles.
Well, you factor that in next time I hit him.
I know. So now I'm going to ask for everyone to roll initiative.
I got an 8.
I'm going first. Oh shit!
Critical 20s.
I should have done more damage. Too late.
Milton got a 2. Because
Mark
he's
it down.
sleepy.
All right, first up is Montana.
I'm using that railgun again.
Oh, you can't.
Oh,
You can
I
only use
can't.
it once, but you can shoot him with a different weapon.
I could shoot it with my 6-shooter.
You can. Yes, you could fire off your 6-shooter.
Not gonna really.
It's not gonna do anything.
It's only an old. It's
My
like
only weakness, human bullets.
Not
lead. It's too hot.
He's a snake.
He's a giant snake. Yes.
Okay, so that's
I believe your ability
it's a
says
30. It's a 30 to hit him.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna shoot him twice. It's not gonna do anything. Fuck it. That's 27.
So You did 27 damage with a
No,
fucking six-shooter?
that's to hit him.
Oh, yeah, it is. I was going to say, goddamn, what the hell six-shooter is this?
I found it.
The Peacemaker. That was a party gun with your Mexican outfit. It was a tortilla hat.
Yeah. 9.
It shoots like little confetti things and candies.
25 with my 2 shots.
All right, so yeah, you fire off twice. It hits him once, hits him sort of on the muzzle,
Yeah, whatever.
the nosy bit.
Snake nose.
And then one of the other shots looks like it takes off a couple of the quote-unquote tentacle-looking appendages.
Mm.
So, you notice that. Anything else on your turn?
Not a whole lot else I can do.
Get out and run away.
Nah.
Or just get out and run. Sure, you're faster than a car. Well, technically, if you start running while you're in the car, you'll be going the speed of the car plus running. So there you go.
That's not how that works.
I think that's how math works. Then it'll be Tedward.
Only in a vacuum.
I'm going to summon my 3 monsters.
You can't fit a car in a vacuum.
Sure you can.
A Dyson? Or like one of those ball ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roomba.
A bag of Roomba.
Yes, bag of Roomba.
It's a Roomba with infinite space. Yeah, Tedward, what's going on? How you doing?
Some of his 3 monsters.
Huh? Yeah, you summon your 3 tentacle monsters.
Mhm.
They're in the car. It's a very crowded car right
And
now.
I throw them out the window.
I have a question for you there, buddy.
Yeah?
Do your tentacle monsters help you fight the depression of losing your limbs?
I keep one of them inside the car.
To cuddle.
No,
Okay.
to attack.
Son of a bitch.
No. He's going to attack Milton for his smart-ass mouth.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so you toss 2
I
out the
tried to
windows.
give you more limbs. You rejected them.
These are what you have left me with. And I wiggled.
This was your idea.
It's just like a dead jello.
This little piggy. But your feet only have a piggy.
No, they make me look like a piggy.
Sure, you just have 2 pigtails. Little swirly, curly pigtails for feet. Alright, is there anything else you're doing aside from just tossing out tentacle monsters?
No, I'm going to throw all 3 of them out and then
Okay.
start drinking.
It's never a bad time to start drinking. It's the end of the world. So, then it'll be Yig. So Yig is just going to crush your tentacle monsters. He just goes right through them like they're nothing.
You didn't even roll for it.
I don't have to. He's gonna hit and crush them. They don't have that
What
much
if he
health.
crit failed
That's a good point.
on all 3 of them?
What if we use all of
didn't?
our luck points to make him crit fail?
He didn't. Almost.
Reroll it.
He definitely didn't. Okay. So he just rolls right over them. It looks like. So now you can definitely hear him just screaming,
Give me Tedward!
No!
So he crawls up a building, it looks like, and then sort of shoots himself off the building, and he's in midair, but he just starts vomiting snakes. Just a fuck ton of snakes all over your car.
Roll up the windows.
No, I proved to you that I could have the window down.
So your car is currently covered in all kinds of variety of snakes.
Okay.
Large snakes, small snakes, some as big as your head.
Red snake, blue snake.
Mm-hmm.
Something that'll make you dead.
There are quite a few
Better
that would make
dead
you
than
dead,
red.
yeah.
Are they venomous snakes?
Some of them are.
They could be poisonous as well.
Some of them have teeth.
Some of them don't.
Yeah.
The very old
Old
snakes.
snakes. The old snakes.
Trouser snakes.
Just the white snakes. They lost their teeth years.
From the hookers.
Sure. Yeah, so that is your current state of affairs as Yig then smashes into the ground very close behind your car.
Yeah, behind us.
What's
Yeah, he's
Yig's
still
movement speed?
It's a lot.
120.
Okay.
It's
So-
a lot.
What's the car's movement speed?
Not as much.
You're not giving us numbers that we can go off of.
The
Yeah.
car's movement speed in a round is about 60 feet.
10 feet a second.
Not fast enough for a car in a
It's
crowded
double-
street.
It's 40 miles per hour into feet per second.
And we've been double moving.
If a person can move 30 feet,
That's fair. So then, yeah, so the car...
40 miles per hour is 58 feet per second. Rounded down.
So, I'm not trying to outrun the snake at
360
this
feet?
point. I'm asking because as he does this maneuver
Uh-huh.
where he catches up to the car
Uh-huh.
and then uses his movement to get up on the building
Uh-huh.
and then jump into the air, shouldn't he finish his round in the air so then it's my turn and I can kick it into reverse and go into an alley? That's my
Sure,
plan
you know
here,
what?
is so that
Okay.
he slams into the ground and we're already going away.
So he's in midair.
Yeah.
There's still snakes all over your car.
Yeah, whatever, that's fine.
What?
We
That's
can
fine,
handle regular snakes.
Sure, that's fine.
They're just regular
Yeah,
snakes.
so he's currently midair then.
Man, I sleep with regular snakes all the time.
All right.
Can't get a gator.
So your car can move about 360 feet around if you're double moving. He can move 400 feet around.
That's fine. So I'm gonna hit the
turn
brakes,
is
kick it. It's my turn after Yig, right?
No, it's Milton's. He's got a 12.
Yeah, I get to go at
Or
some
no, he
point.
got a 2. Sorry.
Yeah, shut
I'm
up.
at
I'm
the
looking at
bottom
his
of
old
the
number.
round.
Never mind. Take it back. Bradley, you're up.
Yeah.
Take that, brother
Motherfucker.
cousin. I'm trying to do some fast and
Motherfucker.
furious shit.
You can't see anything. There's snakes all over the car.
Well, maybe if
I did
Tedsworth
see that it jumped and leaped in the air, and now we are covered in snakes. Therefore,
Sneaky snakes.
with a 19 intelligence, it is above us,
Yes. You know
and
it's
I will
somewhere.
be doing a fast. Did you jump out of the car?
No, what?
Everyone's in the car, right?
No.
Yeah,
Alright.
everybody's in the car.
I'm doing a fast and furious maneuver
and
to hit the
brother
brakes, and hopefully some snakes fly off,
Okay.
and then tear ass into an alleyway.
brother
But you
cousin.
don't know where any alleyways are currently.
I'm sure that's the first part of my movement is to hit the brakes to
Oh, I see,
lose
I
some
see.
snakes.
Gotcha. Do me a vehicle check.
Brakes for snakes. What is this roll? Dexterity?
Technically, yeah.
All right, let's go. Yeah. 19.
Yeah, so you fucking hit the brakes hard, causing pretty much all the snakes that were visible to fly off the front of the car.
Hit the brakes.
Whipping it around.
Yes. Are you whipping it
Yeet,
around
yeet
the
the
same time?
snakes.
I don't
Now-
see any.
now-
I don't. I
You
didn't
do
see
see
any
an alley a little bit ahead. Sorry. Yes,
What?
Milton.
If Tedsworth was paying attention to what you was doing, we could pull some sort of tentacle drift, and maybe he could grab a lamppost, and we could swing around faster.
These are
Like
good
a
for,
slingshot.
for rolling windows down and helping me walk.
I mean, that's a great idea, but it's already been his turn.
It's true.
I mean,
Reaction to grab? I don't know.
Did you fail your drive check?
no.
No.
It's
hit-
an option.
He
then
hit the
we're
brakes.
fine.
Yeah.
I hit the brakes, and now I'm gonna wiggle us into that other street, away from the snake.
So the closest alley is very close to the exact width of your car. It's a small alley.
We're doing it.
Driving skill.
21.
So yeah, so you manage to whip the car around. You kind of tink into the wall a little bit.
I
but
don't care about the
it's-
insurance.
It's making like a noise.
we can get new paint.
It's scratching the paint off the side.
Whoever
of the car.
owns this vehicle is dead now anyway, so I don't care about the litigious, litigious,
Leviticus?
Leviticus.
is suing me.
You should care about Leviticus, son.
That's a weird part of the
rapture
Bible.
is on its way.
I don't know, man. You done read that? That and Deuteronomy had some weird shit in it, man.
Leviticus 34:15. Thou shalt ride a bitchin' stegosaurus to work is in effect right now as we go down McBeal Alley.
Okay.
Fucking hate you.
So you tear off down the alley.
But Aaron,
Then it'll be Milton.
Well, we're in an alley.
Uh-huh.
The snake's gone.
You do hear hissing
Now,
noises though.
everybody, I'd just like to take this moment to talk about venomous snake safety.
all right.
If
Speak
you
your
get-
truth, brother cousin.
If you get bit by a snake, which is probably an anagram for the devil, the serpent from the god.
An
of Eden.
anagram?
A mammogram, sir.
A mammogram for the devil.
Let him finish.
I gotcha.
Let him finish.
I was just
I
wanting
have this-
clarification.
I have this wonderful stone, blessed by the Lord Jesus Christ himself,
Lord Jesus.
that I
Oh,
say
Jesus.
is dubbed the toadstone.
It goes boop.
So if you get bit, do something with this stone. I'm not really sure what it does, but it cures poison. So
You let the Lord decide what to do with that stone.
Hold on. Would that have saved my legs?
It's not poison.
Oh, no.
That was a
no.
poison.
it was dark energy, sir.
Not from being cut off, but with the evil demon poison
My-
that
my
I have
doctor's-
no idea about. I have to
Sure.
clarify.
My doctor training recommends that you would have needed at least 12 crystals of varying energies to get rid of that dark energy. And I don't think there's a crystal farm around here. So,
There's a farmer's market and there's essential oils there.
is it organic, though? Has that even been invented?
Yep.
Essentially,
Wait, is Joe Corbis organic? If it's not, my whole world has been turned upside down, because anything unorganic is not clean.
And as you ponder whether or not Joe Corbis is organic / clean / good living / okay with Jesus, that's where we're going to call it. So thanks so much for tuning in again. Check us out next time.
Okay with Jesus. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and Twitch at Botched Podcast. Thanks to the Patreon producers, His Lord and Majesty, Big Jim, Zukari, He Who is Steve, The Nuck, Skin, Chris Wisdom, Stiggy, Shanda Panda, Lousy Apples, Daniel H, and Sparkle Brony 69. If you have a moment, please head on over to Patreon and support us that way. Our newest patron is Gramps number 7. And if you have the time, please head on over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review. Like a random review we're going to pull out?
it's thick. 5 stars from a year ago from Gak Wild, and his review content consists of 1 word and 1 word alone. Thick.
Thank you to Gozer for our intro and outro music. More of them over at Gozer_music on all social media. And as always,
When you realize that Joe Corbis and Jesus Christ have the same initials and therefore the same people, shout Botched with glee, and we'll hear you and praise with.
Praise Corby.
Praise Corbis.
see you next week, nerd.
Botched Podcast is proudly part of the Giant Size Team Up Network. For more shows like ours, head on over to www.giantsizesteamup.com.
The computer is sentient.
Is that a Mexican?
You gotta look at it, bro.
What do I add to damage?
Did you like that Mexican Smeagol I sent everybody?
Add dex to damage.
I haven't seen it yet.
Smigel.
Smigel? Smigel?
It's pretty great.